health and specifically nurses' strike. The striking nurses are adamant that they will continue with the strike, and they claim they've not received any offer yet to enable them call off the strike. And now we're joined by Henry Adolwa, who is the National Chief Trustee of the Kenya National Union of Nurses, joining me in studio. Thank you very much, Henry, for coming in. This strike hits about day 110, if I am not wrong. You say you still don't have a deal on the table. What's the way forward for you as nurses?
The way forward for the nurses is that we are still on strike until our demands are met. Because, you know, when we take the chronology of events, we find that this is something that had been agreed, and then one party decided to renegade on what we had agreed. So the nurses are there. They are still on strike. They're not going back on duty until when the deal is signed and registered in court.
Have you, in the recent days, had any meeting with your employer to try and resolve this? Because we understand there have been a number of negotiating meetings for this.
Yes, we had some meeting with the Minister of Labour, and the Minister of Labour had decided to be the conciliator between the nurses and the government. And then we attended the meeting as we had been asked, and we did our part, because as conciliation requires is that one party goes and then the other one comes, and then you accord all of you. So we went and we gave part of our story, and so far the other party did not attend the meeting. Yeah.
What communication do we have from the Ministry of Labour with regard to that?
So far the Minister of Labour has not communicated to us.
So what is the plan? More than 100 days, almost hitting 120 days out of work. There's a lot of suffering among Kenyans due to this particular strike. We know that clinical officers have joined the strike. The Kenya Pharmaceutical and Dentist Union are also planning to join the strike. What's the plan? Because this stalemate seems to not be resolved.
It seems there is somebody who doesn't want to listen to the nurses. Because if you look at the events, the way they are unfolding, you find that when it comes to nurses, you are told now you go and negotiate with their respective counties. But when it comes to others, you hear that the COG has met and they are talking. Even right now, one cadre of us is at the COG talking. But so far, right now, the COG has never made an attempt to solve this stalemate. And the nurses have left some of the demands. We had a number of demands, and those demands, some of them we have decided that we can give and take as it requires of good.
So what are the must-fulfill demands? What are some of those that you're willing to compromise as nurses?
Out of the 5 demands that we had, we have been left with only 3, and they have not given us their offer. We have the nurses now want that they should be given the extraneous an extra 5,000 on their extraneous allowance. They also need to be given the risk allowance of 15,400, and also they need to be given a uniform allowance of 50,000. This is not too much to ask of the COG and the national government. Yeah.
Who do you fundamentally blame for this strike? Because you say you've been told to go and negotiate with your respective counties. Don't you think that's an option worth exploring?
Labour standards have not been devolved. Labour standards are still national, and that is why the Minister of Labour has not been devolved. You cannot go and negotiate with one county so that we have a different county paying different salaries apart from the others. That one cannot happen. Even the governors themselves, they are not paid the different salaries. They are paid the same salary, the whole country. Yeah. So the thing is that we need to negotiate with all of them. But if they insist that we negotiate with each and every county, then we are ready. But remember that we only have one team of negotiators. So it means it will take a number of many days, because it will mean that one person goes, we negotiate, let's say Nairobi, we finish with Nairobi and then go to another county like that. So if they feel we go it that way, we are very ready.
What is currently the stumbling block between nurses, a deal, and them going back to work?
The stumbling block is just the implementation of what we had agreed. And we have as I said earlier, there are some things that we have left out. We feel that we wanted to give and take. But you see, the COG and the national government have never made any attempt. And that is why we are not going. So our deal is that we want the CBA signed, and then we shall go back on duty.
You have time and again accused the county governments of not attending these meetings that are meant to negotiate a deal for the nurses. Do you feel like county governments are not giving nurses the attention they deserve?
We feel that they're not giving us the attention we deserve. Because if there is a meeting and if there is somebody who is actually very keen on making sure that this stalemate is solved once and for all, then they should attend the meetings, tell us part of their deal. And then we come together, we come in the middle and then see what are we going to do. But you see, when a meeting is called, they rarely come to that meeting. Yeah.
Henry, thank you very much for joining us here on KTN News. This is a matter of wait and see with the nurses' strike still raging on. We know that clinical officers have joined the strike, and the Kenya Pharmaceutical and Dentist Union has also threatened to join the strike this week as the health situation in the country continues to deepen.